President Biden has vowed that he will shut down the U.S.-Mexico border when it becomes overwhelmed, if Congress approves a bipartisan proposal under negotiation in the Senate. This weekend, those lawmakers have been finalizing details of the deal. If approved, it would require Homeland Security to reject migrants after average daily border crossings surpass 5,000 over 7 days. It would raise the standard to accept asylum seekers and shorten the time for legal review of their cases to just 6 months, expand fast-track deportations, and restrict the use of the Immigration Parole Authority. The deal also includes measures related to legal migration. It'll allocate 50,000 more immigrant visas, give status to the children of skilled workers, and offer permanent residency to Afghans brought here after the U.S. withdrawal from Afghanistan. All this on top of the $14 billion President Biden has previously requested to fund operations and hire additional personnel. For more, CBS's Camilo Montoya-Galvez is at the border in Eagle Pass, Texas. So, Camilo, what would the immediate impact be?
Good morning, Margaret. The immigration compromise being negotiated by President Biden and a small group of senators in Congress would dramatically change policy here at the U.S.-Mexico border. The president would gain a sweeping authority to effectively shut down asylum processing when there's a spike in daily illegal crossings. Right now, an average of 4,000 migrants are crossing the border each day. That means that if this deal was to be signed today, Margaret, the president would almost certainly be able to invoke this power immediately, giving border agents here the authority to quickly return migrants to Mexico. Importantly, this deal includes humanitarian exceptions and would preserve asylum processing at official ports of entries. Migrants would also be able to work immediately in the U.S. if they pass their initial asylum screenings. Margaret, this deal will certainly garner opposition from the left and the right. But if Congress is able to pass this framework, it would mark the first time that the U.S. immigration system is updated since the 1990s.
Which would be incredibly significant. Camilo, I see what I think is National Guard personnel behind you. There has been this standoff between the state of Texas and the federal government about that park you are nearby, where a lot of migrants touch ground after crossing the river. What's the latest on that showdown?
That's right, Margaret. This public park behind me in Eagle Pass is now at the center of an extraordinary legal showdown between Texas and the Biden administration over the future of U.S. immigration policy here at the border. The Texas National Guard commandeered this park back in early January and has since blocked Border Patrol agents from entering this park. This had been used by Border Patrol to process migrants, but now Texas has fortified it with razor wire, fencing, and other barriers to impede the passage of migrants. Texas says it needs to do this to deter illegal crossings, Margaret, but the Department of Homeland Security is demanding that Texas relent, saying that this is an unconstitutional action. Texas right now is defying those demands, so that is paving the way for yet another legal clash between Texas and the Biden administration over immigration.
Camilo, thanks for your reporting.
Thanks, Margaret.